This could be a huge success or a big fail. Filming with my TV as a background has been something I've wanted to try for a while now, especially being inspired by a lot of virtual sets. And now that I have these new Nanlite Pavo tubes, I thought it's a perfect chance to test it out. Taking a look at the first setup, I have my Canon R6 with the 24-70, filming it on a tripod with a ball head, so that way I can use the L bracket on my camera to flip it vertically. And then I have one of the Pavo tubes acting as a boom arm connected to a light stand, where I'm able to use some cord to hang the shoe off. In addition, I do have another Pavo tube just giving a little bit more fill at the front of the shoe on the side. And then I have a 80 centimeter silver reflector at the bottom, just kicking some of that light back up underneath the shoe. As for the TV, since it is its own light source, I don't have to add any more lights to it, which is the great benefit of it. I just have to pick a background. Keying the shoe out in post is pretty easy using the Magic Mask tool in DaVinci Resolve. I would say the only issue or challenge I ran into was actually just shooting the shoe. I used a cord that had a little bit of flex to it, which made the shoe bounce and wobble a little bit, which doesn't look great on the video. So I tried my best to cut out those segments, in addition to shooting 4K 60 on the camera, so I can slow it down a little bit more in post, but also have more frames to be able to mask out the shoe cleanly. Now for the second setup. Okay. For scene number 2, I whipped up something quick in Blender where I essentially made all these shapes center around the camera and spin around, adding a little bit of motion blur and glow. I then took it into DaVinci Resolve where I added a bit more grain and lens distortion, and then finally exported it to put on my TV. As for the setup, I shot it on the Canon R6, and this time using a different lens. This is the 35mm macro lens, so that way I can get really nice and close to the sunglasses. I use my trusty Magic Arm with super clamp to attach the sunglasses to the camera. However, the Magic Arm is a little bit too big, so there was a lot of adjusting of the sunglasses to make it perfect. To fix that for next time, I would probably use a smaller super clamp. For lighting, I used the Nanlite Pavo tubes connected to my phone and setting it to a driving setting, which allows it to emulate street lamps passing a car, and it was a little bit too slow for what my background was going at. However, for an average driving scene, this probably would be fine. After taking a look at the results, I'm pleasantly surprised at how it turned out. I did have quite low expectations. One thing I would like to do to improve it for next time is use a mirror or maybe another TV just to get that full wraparound effect on the glasses. But for what it is, I think it looks pretty good. I added the letterboxing to really tighten in on those glasses, added a little bit of camera shake, and added some sound effects as well. Playing around with the pan of some of those sound effects to make it come through the left or right channel to make it feel like it's swirling around you. Overall, I had a great time playing around with the TV, and maybe something I'll continue to do in future. For smaller items, I've seen other people use their iPad or computer as backgrounds, which could be cool. So something I'll keep in mind as I'm creating. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a full video on the Nanlite Pavo tubes, I've done one of those already. But if you have any other video suggestions, pop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.